baby beard.
Waited for you, Fry.
This episode traumatized me as a young person.
My head is hurting again.
Where's my firstborn son?
God does not care about me masturbating.
Your singing is bad and you should feel bad.
First get out into a bus, so you're like, oh no!
I don't like myself becoming the protagonist of this podcast.
You've been in
Yeah, because you haven't learned anything. Shut up and take my podcast.
That's a Janet too.
Is That's no wait. What was her name? I always want to say Fran Drescher, but that was just the actress.
Her name was Fran. Franny.
The nanny named Fran.
Miss Fine.
Miss Fine.
Miss Fine.
Yeah.
What was her first name? Fran. Fran Fine.
Fran
It was Fran
Fine.
Fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. It's not Drescher. The guy was Drescher, right?
No, that's
fuck.
her real name. Her real name is Fran Drescher.
It
playing
was
Fran
Mr.
Fine.
Sheffield.
Mr.
Oh,
Sheffield.
Mr. Sheffield. Can I just say, whoever did the fucking costuming on The Nanny deserves...
To be shot.
No, all the costumes are fucking iconic. Are you kidding me? They're amazing. Like, each piece, iconic. I mean, I don't know how she...
Chris, have you ever watched The Nanny?
I watched Futurama.
Yeah.
Instead of.
And then did a podcast about it.
With you, Sean, and Ellen. I did a podcast called
Shut Up and Take My Podcast.
Oh.
The Australian Futurama podcast that pits episode against episode when they're not talking about The Nanny in a bloody, glorious gauntlet battle for your entertainment. And I'm joined here by Mr. Chris.
Podcasting. It's like magic, but with electricity.
Mrs. Fine, Ellen.
Sorry, I misunderstood the assignment and I was here to do a podcast on courageous horses of the 18th century. My bad. We're joined by Sean.
Down from 6 on M.
We're never going to let that die, are we?
No.
It's just so...
Endlessly
stupid.
quotable. And they did a whole... The OGT boys did a whole 2 minutes outtakes where we shit-talked them.
Yeah, I didn't...
Into the ground.
I was unaware that was going
I
to be...
told you this the second we stopped recording.
Yeah, and I thought you were joking.
Yeah, I never joke on Shut Up and Take My Podcast, the Australian Futurama podcast.
We've done that bit.
Sorry.
We are up to Season 7, Episode 20. Not long to go, ladies and gentlemen.
How long to go?
Oh, there's like 7 episodes to go, 6 episodes to go, something like that.
Crust.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Here's Pizza Jesus.
Deep stuffed Jesus. Oh, I don't like
Oh,
that.
don't want to stuff Jesus. What's our
better than
pasta
thin and
fan?
crispy.
Who's our pasta fan again?
Sorry?
Not pasta the food. Who is our actual pasta fan?
Oh, you mean a pastor as in...
Pastor.
O-R.
Yes.
Was his name Zachary?
Zachary.
Yeah,
Zachary.
Zachary.
How you doing? We missed you, bud.
Buddy. Let us know if you're still listening to it in the car with your kids.
Or if they've gotten older, maybe they just listen to it independently.
How long have we been doing this podcast for?
I have grey hairs thanks to it.
That child is 25 now.
And someone who is not 25, he's actually over 993 years old, and he is the subject matter for this episode, Calculon 2.0.
Oh.
I just saw his age there.
Yeah.
It's
At the time of
not like referencing anything special, is it? It's just when you bring out a second
Model.
version of something.
That's pretty safe.
Is
about
anything
Calculon.
safe anymore?
The human condition. The director for this episode is Steven Sandoval.
Hey.
And this is his swan song.
Oh, is this Steven's last episode?
Yes,
that he
his
directed?
last episode.
Oh, this is a great one to go out on.
But he's etched himself into the Hall of Fame at Shut Up and Take My Podcast because he's a
Yes.
season 6 winner.
Yeah, that's right.
And he is definitely a friend of the podcast. I feel like we need like a jingle of that.
Friend.
We can't have too many jingles, Ellen.
Why not?
The editors can't handle it.
Podcast.
By editors, I mean me. And by handler, I mean don't want to.
Don't want any of this.
And
yes, Steven Sandoval, friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
Friend of the podcast.
It's not going to be made into a jingle. Who's the writer for this
The
episode?
writer is not friend of the podcast, Lewis Morton.
Enemy of the podcast.
Enemy.
You might say
neutral.
You
He
might,
is neutral.
You might say Lewis, mortal enemy of the podcast.
Enemy.
Just kidding.
Of the
Although anyone who hasn't come on the show,
podcast.
we will consider you mortal enemies until you
We
come
will
on.
find you. We will find you.
Absolutely kidding.
I've tried to find Lewis
Absolutely
Morton,
kidding.
actually.
The shut up and take my podcast position is enemies until friends.
Until you talk to us.
Guilty until proved
Yeah, that's
innocent.
right.
Where did you look for him?
Oh, on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
You found
on
him?
Twitter. I didn't. I just found Lewis Leston.
Who's that?
Less than Morton.
You're
You know
getting
what?
good.
Sometimes they say less is more.
You're getting good at this comedy
on.
podcasting shtick.
3
Sure.
years.
Totally.
3 years.
Yeah.
We actually have surpassed our 3-year anniversary of this podcast.
We have. There was a.
Oh no, were we meant to do something?
Finish.
End.
It was 3 years ago that we were across the room in another room.
Yes.
In my old room
Yes.
recording
In the hot box.
in the hot. No, we recorded in my room first, didn't we?
No, yes.
That's-
In what is now our fourth housemate's room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
And then in the hot box.
Then in the hot box.
Yeah. Oh, boys and girls, it's been fun.
I wish someone would make like a timeline of Baby Beard Media. Like separated, like there's a Wikipedia article and it's separated into like eras of the fucking show. Like the first one is like Chris's room, second the hot box,
James's room. No, we know James didn't live here.
James.
No, James didn't live
It's just
here.
BE and AE.
It would be, yeah, James. We've had a lot of people on Shut Up and Take My Podcast.
You really
the
have,
Australian
yeah.
Futurama podcast.
Australian
That
Futurama
pits
podcast.
episode against
Episode
episode.
We've had James, we've had Josh, we've had
Someone who doesn't start with a J.
well, Phil is still there and here. And guess what? The air date for this episode, there's no segue here. July 24th, 2013, which is about 2.5 weeks after my 22nd birthday.
There could have been a really good segue there. You were talking about past people on the show, talking about the past.
But we're well past that now.
Oh,
There it is.
oh there, yeah.
You know what we can't go past, though? The plot synopsis.
We can't. We're going to have some order, some cohesion.
Oh man, that one really got to me actually.
Hey, Chris,
All right.
what's the plot?
All right, it's real simple. The episode's called Calculon 2.0. Calculon's come back from the dead, babies.
Ah,
So Fry and Bender are sad because they can't watch, all
my
my
circuits.
circuits. Because the actor who replaced Calculon is too
Shit.
subdued. He's
It's
too,
actually good.
too reserved.
Maybe he's good.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Depending on all sorts
Mileage
of
may
qualities.
vary.
So they decide to dig him the fuck up because the professor's like, we can resurrect him because he's a robot and robots can be rebooted.
Yep.
What a wonderful thing.
That tracks.
They also got to go to the robot devil to get Calculon's soul.
Soul?
The software.
What did we establish last season? Like when Bender died and he was a soul. So Bender, yeah, it was a soul. Remember, no one could
it's
see
his
him.
It's
data
called
in the
something.
cloud.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called something else to make it more sciencey
More sciencey.
and less seancey.
So they return the sciencey soul thing back to the professor, who performs some quote-unquote science
Yep.
on him to resurrect him, which is fantastic. Calculon goes off to get his old job back to demand to be replaced and promptly gets shown the door. After a bit of soul-searching, he decides to put on his one-man show, which he wrote.
That's always a great
Which is
idea.
a strong
People in
move.
the arts.
Hey, I'm
Hey.
literally writing and directing a one-man
So-
show.
and I'm in it.
So am I.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm asking for $10,000.
Calculon, it's fucking bad. It's a bad show. In fact, it's the worst in all of human history and robot history, probably. It's fucking bad theatre, which, is a rarity, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Something.
Theatre jokes.
All you theatre nerds listening this week.
There's going to be a lot. So yeah.
He auditions to get a job back on the show, and he gets it because he's sad and bad and just looks the part. After getting
How a lot of roles get cast.
he's typecast to look like Calculon.
Yeah.
Which he kind of is. He starts getting a bit of an ego trip and fucks up the take. Is asked to do a take 2. Leela cuts him down a peg. He performs well and then promptly gets
Dies.
killed again.
Yeah.
The
Until he
end.
comes back. Do you remember when he comes back?
Sorry?
Neither of you were on that episode, actually.
No.
He comes back on the podcast episode,
Oh, yeah.
Radio-Rama.
Oh,
They resurrect him again.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and he mentions it. And back then, I had no idea that Calculon died, so it's the first spoiler I had in the series.
It's good to know that, as an actor, you might not only get one comeback, you might get two.
I'm
You
still
might be
waiting for my
resurrected
first.
for the day. I'm waiting to be there
Yeah,
so that
be
I
there
can
first.
go away and come back. Like that's what I'm waiting for.
With death.
No,
okay.
to be a presence as a performer and entertainer and theatre maker.
Oh, right.
I hate that I put a theatre maker on all of my CVs, but
Theatre maker.
it is what it is, folks. All
I
right.
am's what I am.
You gotta wank so hard that someone slips on it and notices you.
You get it's like cream chili Philly.
Which I get to do in this show.
You wank so hard, there's a little bit of,
Oh,
chili
want-
in there.
we
that's
want Chili Willy.
disgusting
Isn't it
and
just?
dangerous.
We want Chili Willy. That's where the phrase comes from.
You can deaden nerves. Don't do it, friends.
No.
Yeah.
So I actually really would want to watch that show.
Chili
All my
Philly?
circular-
Calculon.
all my
Calculon's
circuit-
theatre show.
Has the one man show
Yeah.
where he is Hal 9000.
It
Yeah.
reminded me, like, as it went on, it reminded me of Kumail Nanjiani's show from The Big Sick. That
I
one.
haven't seen that film yet.
Oh, he does a little, like, one-man show near the end that was apparently good.
Yeah.
But it's just him on stage, sometimes sitting in a chair, talking
I-
about his family and his history.
I personally really like this is like a lot of wank as well because like I'm making my
I
own.
personally like.
But I think there is a lot that fuck y'all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good that can come out of one person shows. I think a lot of bad, but also it brings out that thing that I think theatre is really good at, which is putting yourself, you as a person, live there in front of other living people. So what we are bringing to these roles is not just when we don't just step into these characters as blank, blank nothings and embody this character. We are already coming with our own baggage, our own biases, our own things, and that's why different actors are going to embody roles differently, right?
That's
Because
right.
we've got our own stories to tell at the end of the day. And I think, like, one-person shows and people telling honest, true, personal stories can be really fucking invigorating.
Ellen, that was deliciously wanky.
Yeah.
Well,
Very, very true, but deliciously wanky.
why do people watch porn then? All right.
For that sweet
delicious
chili
wank.
Willy.
Delicious wank.
Chili Willy, sweet chili Philly.
Anyway,
Also, I'm pretty sure that Calculon show went for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
And didn't have a second act because he
Well,
doesn't know what
he's a
second
robot.
acts are.
He's a
Oh,
robot.
yeah.
He doesn't need to stop. He doesn't need to drink. He just keeps acting.
that would be horrible.
He does need to drink.
Yeah, but he'd charge up.
With alcohol, I've never seen him drink beer.
That reminds me of like
It's high quality stuff.
No, it's champagne.
Yeah.
Champagne.
Champagne.
have any of you guys seen any of those like full day shows or anything
Yeah,
like
I'm going
that?
to see one in the Adelaide Festival.
So the Roman tragedies.
No, did
'Cause that
you
was
see
one,
the full thing?
That was a
That
full
was about
day,
that was
right?
about 8 hours,
8
9
hours.
hours.
That was 8 hours?
It was 3 Shakespeares in a row.
Yeah, nice.
It was-
And you were
yeah,
like
it's
encouraged to
the
sleep
Romans.
there, right?
No, you're encouraged to go on stage.
Yeah, because like the stage was happening around you.
The
Is that
stage,
right? I
no,
don't know.
the stage just had a lot of seating on there, and you could also buy food and drinks on the stage.
Nice.
And you could go on and chat to the actors in between scenes, and then there'd be a little countdown. And there's about 3 seconds they go, "Excuse me, sorry," and just go straight back into the
That's
scene.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Who directed that? Is the Dutch...
me.
No, Uwe... he's a director who's...
Uwe Boll.
Uwe Sean.
The director is married to his partner, who's the designer for the show.
Shocking.
Deliciously nepotistic.
I went to write Sean
love it.
Flo, and I don't know why.
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
I'm going to see
I'm an egotist.
The Odyssey as a 9-hour piece.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So it's like really reduced because the Odyssey would go on for like fucking ages.
That's true.
But I'm going to see it as a 9-hour, which is a really cool thing. I think I'm keen for that.
I don't know how I would fare.
With the Odyssey?
Honestly, or seeing anything, because like
For 9
part of-
hours.
Yeah, part of our jobs is to go out and engage in media and see plays and see films and all that kind of shit. But I hate sitting down. I really fucking hate it.
Just in general, you hate sitting. You know, you've been doing that for the past couple of years on this podcast.
I
know,
can
but
see
like-
her twitching.
But like
Yeah.
a 30-minute or like these recordings are like an hour, pretty much.
How do you
Like
deal with roll to cast?
have you not noticed that I'm constantly shifting position of like how I sit? I'll
You distract me by yelling.
Within 5 minutes, I've moved positions probably 3 times. I just find it really taxing.
These chairs don't help.
No, and it hurts my back and my feet kind of start bouncing, and I just really hate sitting down for long, long periods of time. I like lying down.
Okay.
Being in kind of like a
lying down's
supine
great.
position, or
Like for like 8 hours,
Yeah.
Or
when
like-
the sun goes down, and then like
love that shit.
Yeah, isn't
Love
it
that
great?
shit.
Oh, I don't want to know what that's like.
Yeah, or like
idea.
lying on my belly. Like, I love that, but that's not a thing that you can do in cinemas or theaters. And like,
You can, you shouldn't though.
No. It's,
Well-
it's frowned upon. Unless you're in gold
how
class.
do other revolutions start? All right, but one person with a dream.
We should make bed theater.
No, there are,
the theater you should
there
go
are
to
bed
sleep
cinemas.
to.
There are bed
There are
cinemas.
bed
That's
cinemas.
great.
We should
They are
make bed.
for you and your lover.
bed.
Don't fuck in them. Well, they probably do.
People
I would
heaps
be
do.
really annoyed if
Yeah.
I went to a cinema and someone wanted to get frisky, because it's like, I paid.
What about a porno cinema?
Yeah. Oh,
I don't really watch
just
porn.
one big bed.
It's like usually. You know what? I'm going
Like,
to shut up.
I think we need to steer this away.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop
For
talking.
those of you that aren't aware, we're all creatives, by the way. 2 of us are actors, 1 of us. We're all in the same course together, acting course. And then
Yeah.
Chris fucked off and became a big-time director. And we're big-time actors. And
Yeah,
together...
okay, yeah,
Yeah, spread that around,
yeah.
please.
We're all buying that line. Okay, great.
And Phil's
cool.
an actor too. So we're all
Big time.
Unemployed.
Big time. We're all big time.
Unemployed big time.
So yeah, this is an episode that kind of
Really hit
simultaneously
home for us.
jumps down our throat, but also celebrates us in wild and fantastical ways.
Yeah, there was the one joke that I loved, which was the
There's more than one joke in this episode.
yeah. So one joke.
Wouldn't that be
show,
wild
ladies
if,
and
like,
gentlemen.
that's what happened in animation? It was just one joke and everything else was just either set up or, like, payoff?
Or they get the joke out of the way at the very beginning, and the rest of it's just
Animators showing off?
yeah.
I'm sure there are animators out there who are like, yes, I would love that.
It's probably a thing.
Sorry, you were
gonna say?
saying.
Oh,
What's the one you
my
like?
favorite joke was the we all know in theater there's no such thing as second
Second
acts. Fucking great.
Yeah.
Most plays have a 5-act structure. Well, not most plays.
Classics do.
Classics have
Classics do.
5-act structures.
Contemporary theatre really stops at having second acts.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a second act.
What was the last thing I saw here in Adelaide?
It better be recent.
Nope.
You're a working actor.
Yeah, but I don't care for state.
Yeah, but there's
Whoa,
other theatre than just
if they're
state.
listening, they're gonna be so mad.
Man,
no,
I
I'm
hope,
kidding.
I
They're
hope
not.
they're listening.
Um,
I'm not going to get cast by them.
You might. You auditioned for them recently.
Yeah, and I almost got the part.
Did you not? Did you not get it?
No.
Oh, they did not give it to you.
No, they gave me a call back.
Yeah.
And then I didn't.
that's
Oh,
good that
okay.
you got an audition. Though.
That's great though.
Yeah, it's great. I did well.
That means-
I got given the wrong audition scripts,
Yeah.
That's right.
and I got told that 3 hours before my audition.
So you're trying to do the best that you can in not much time, and like I think people can see when you give actors like those kind of stresses and they pull through. It's really fucking
oh God,
amazing.
if that was deliberate, I am cracking
I'm
skulls.
sure. No.
Would I do that to an actor?
That is horrible, and that is
Chris,
my.
where's the script for my one-man show?
Maybe I'm not writing it. Maybe it's all a lie.
Oh,
Maybe I've
no.
thrown away $1,000 on my show already
Chris,
for no reason.
Chris has gone and done the producers.
Yeah.
And like just.
I'm just sourcing them. It's just some scam.
I have a question.
Go.
How do you think ego plays into performance? So, like in this episode, Leela is cracking down on Calculon to be more humble and do a more modest,
Beat
honest.
him down to get a raw performance.
Yeah. How do you all feel about that shit? Because I got opinions.
Please don't do it to me, is my first thing.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah.
As the director of the show that you
That
will
I'm
be
about
in.
to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I won't torture you much.
That's helpful. I mean, it's not helpful so much. I don't know. Chris, you're the director.
It's not in one scene, like as an actor, one person, it's kind of like whatever gets the job done. I don't really care. Like honestly, like as far as like a director is concerned, when talking about actors,
Yeah.
whatever gets the job done, I don't really fucking care what your process is. Get it done.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Like I will provide like things to help that
Yeah.
if you tell me what your process is. But like as far as like me serving you that, I'm not going to like, I'm going to be like, you need to hit this mark, you need to hit this state. If it works, great. If it doesn't, that's cool. Like, we'll figure something out. You as the creative, like, you're coming to me. But like, in the big thing I'm thinking of is an actor who nearly got into a fight with an actor we know. A fist fight because the other actor, the actor who's a little more senior by about 20 years as a professional, he won't listen to this, so that's fine. But I'm not going to name him. He kept grabbing the other actor's arm and like moving him around and like basically directing the scene.
That does not fly with me at all.
Yeah, so it was really.
I remember that story.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Ego is useful. I don't think you should have none because I think then you don't have any self-confidence and you can't perform. But also like, I don't think you should be hyper ego because then you become like, I don't know, you think you're better than the show. Which is
become
a problem.
Calculon.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? Is that Calculon thinks he's better than the performers and the show and the producers and the director, which is not a cool thing.
There is a difference as well, I think, in hamminess and being big and being genuine. Like,
totally.
I think you have those actors who are super big and super, like fucking Samuel Jackson, like apart from the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, show me a thing that he's done where he's really subdued. No, he's always pretty fucking big, but like, I pretty much buy it all the time. I'm like, yeah, I get this. Like,
well, certain roles require you to be big. Like King Lear when he carries his fucking dead daughter in and he's like screaming as like the storm rushes around him. Like, that's got to be a big moment. If you isolate that, it'll look hammy. But in context, it's appropriate and good.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
Is he subdued in that? Or is he just less him?
Is he less time?
No, he is. He's pretty subdued.
I would use what's his name
Velociraptor.
as the litmus test for like good directors should make good actors happen, you know?
Oh, just as an aside, because you'll love this. Chris watched Jaws the other night and fucking loved it. It was great.
Holy shit,
Oh
Jaws
my
is fucking
gosh, I
fantastic.
love Jaws.
Spielberg is a fucking masterclass.
I'm so glad you saw it. Just because,
Holy
like,
shit.
all right, this is going to become the Jaws gushing podcast, but Jaws is my favorite fucking film. And, like, you see it and you get why everyone's like, oh my God, this kid, Steven Spielberg, is
He's
amazing. Like, what they do with tension and fear and dread. And also, all of those actors are just fucking nailing it. Like, Richard Dreyfuss and, like, is it Robert Shaw?
I think so, yeah.
As the sheriff?
Yeah.
And then who's bloody Quinn?
I couldn't tell you. But what I noticed was the fucking setups, the camera setups. So he's like so fucking efficient with camera angles where he's like he has like 5 camera setups and in a scene and it's like, wow, that means the actors could have fucking plenty of time to play.
Yeah.
And it looks chaotic because the fucking boat is getting crushed and all this sort of shit. And it's like, wow, okay, you were really efficient with how you set this whole thing up. Anyway.
Hey, Chris, how old are you?
I am 29.
Okay, you've got 1 year to make your Jaws.
Well, Sean.
Well, call me Richard Dreyfuss.
You've got a show coming up that I wrote and am directing.
Baby, just call me the shark.
You better fucking bring it. No, it'd be great. Yeah, that's scary, isn't it?
Speaking of things that you like, what did you like about this episode?
Oh, good one. Bloody good one.
Good segue. I liked the...
Let's jump in the deep end of this episode.
I liked the fucking science
Take a bite out of it.
thing.
I
The occult science.
loved that. As a pretty witchy kind of person.
Witchy woman.
Yeah. The fucking pentagram, the like wireless pentagram. What else did they do? Oh, they got parts,
goat. The
spare
mechanical
parts
goat.
out of a mechanical goat. Not unscrewing it or anything with a knife,
Yep. Yeah.
letting all the chips and stuff spill out.
The protective gear.
Oh, which with their big old robes. Oh man, I live for that shit. I love it. I love
a lot of Bender and Fry's interaction. I love that they have bath time.
I like bath
and that's
time.
where they talk to each other.
We should have bath time,
We
Sean.
should have. I've never used the bath
Do you
in our
reckon?
house.
I have.
I
Do you
haven't.
reckon that you could get 2 people in that one?
Sean and I could.
You and Alex could.
You mean Soy Boy?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think people on this podcast know his name.
You and Soy Boy could. It's all right. Sexy Chris will edit that out.
Oh, will I? Okay.
I don't know. It's up to you.
People can know his name.
Okay.
I
You
just
and Alex Soy Boy Alex Soy.
Drives a motorbike.
That is his full name, yeah.
Alex
Yeah.
Soy Boy Alex.
Alex Soy Boy.
Drives
Alex
a
drives a
motorbike.
motorbike.
Alex.
It's like a limerick.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those patty cake games.
How can you
Alex Soy Boy drives a motorbike.
Clap, clap, clap.
It reminded the bath time thing because the reason for bath time is that's where they have all their conversations.
That's right.
And they can't talk otherwise because that's going to ruin that moment. It reminded me of this really sad recipe blog. You know how like anytime you go look for a recipe online, it's now a full fucking page of this person's like day-to-day life before you scroll down and get to the actual recipe?
Oh, yeah. People do like a blog / recipe thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so annoying.
What the
There
fuck?
was this
Yeah.
one I was reading, and it was like this whole really sad look at this person's life, actually. And she was talking about how she and her husband have like date nights every Thursday, and she saves up things in her day to saves it for Thursday because she worries that one day they're going to run out of stuff to talk about, and she bottles all up for date night. Anyway, here are some cookies, and it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that journey?
Well, that's what Chris and I do. We don't talk until the podcast.
That's right.
It's all
We unleash everything.
Save it. It's all content, baby.
It's all content, baby.
That's why I've been fretting about this show. I'm like, but I can't ask Chris about the script until today.
That's what I do with my dad, is save things up so that I can chat to him.
My dad would do that.
Yeah.
He would save up any rant or any kind of annoyance that he had.
For the dinner table?
No, for a car ride.
Car rides.
Because you can't get out.
Smart man. There have been some rippers in that car.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
I've been saving up conversation with my dad for the last 20 years because I haven't seen him.
Jesus Christ. I have no
Daddy
segue,
shoes.
but I was going to talk about the I Dream of Genie bottle.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, so when they put the Calculon's
His soul thing.
Yeah, quote.
Cloud shit.
Soul, unquote. Into a bottle, it looks like the I Dream of Genie bottle.
Yeah, it does,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
I was really worried I was doing the Bewitched theme for
That's
a moment.
exactly what
but
I was
I can
panicked
never
about.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's Bewitched.
That's Bewitched.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
All right, we
good.
solved it.
Because she
Good.
flies on the broom.
Yeah.
As she enters and does the loop for the bee.
By the way, can you please email us or just tweet us and let us know what you preferred, Bewitched or I Dream of Genie? We need to know.
Why do they need to compete? They're both strong, supernatural women.
And only one can survive.
They are both women subjected to their husbands constantly, Ellen. I don't know if you would use them as like a staple of
but I mean-
classic feminism.
All of these things you have to put in context. It's the same with like the Disney princesses, right?
Sure.
So in kind of context of, the story of Bewitched is like this woman who is choosing to have a loving life and, choosing to live a kind of, quote, ordinary life.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's something empowering in that. I think there's also something empowering in having women kind of be the temple for a kind of two really fucking huge TV series at the time. Like, I don't know. The thing about representation is, sure, there's going to be some things that are squiffy because you've only got that.
squiffy.
But
It's a
if
great
you
word.
have more, if you have the Bewitched being like, I want to be a stay-at-home mum and I want to do these things and I want to do it by myself. I don't want to rely on my powers. And then you also have, someone who goes, nah, I want to do that. I want to be a fucking witch. If you have both of them, then it equals out because obviously women are not just one thing.
Okay.
Here endeth the rant, verily.
We
don't
need
know.
to go on more
I don't
car rides so you can get all this.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I just get it out to myself.
This
when
is
I
our car
drive.
ride, Ellen.
Holy shit.
This is our car ride.
You know what else is empowering?
What's
What?
empowering?
Quickly cycling through our favorite things.
Yeah, that's empowering.
My favorite thing.
Very quick.
Very quickly. Just
Just taking a little dramatic pause there.
Dramatic.
Oh yes, pauses.
Pause.
I like Farnsworth just appearing in the doorway to say that it is possible.
Yeah.
He's just there. Like, how fucking long were you there for?
He hears the idea of like abominations of science, and he's like,
You
"Yeah,
rang.
I'm here now."
You beg my pardon.
Yes, I
Great
like that
line.
one. That was a good one.
When they cast Calculon, because they're like, oh, you look disgusting and gross and whatever. It just reminded me of like when you have those characters where it's like they're obscene or gross or disgusting. What's the casting call for that? Like,
Quote unquote character actors.
oh gosh.
Ellen. My favorite was this must be a difficult time for people who confuse TV actors with friends. That was quite. Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah.
On the nose.
Yeah, I
Them-
like that a lot.
Them talking about ham and not the kind of what you'd want to see washed up at sea reminded me of the honey ham in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And I also like, I can't remember. I want to know the story of how Calculon murdered those astronauts.
If you saw the show, you would know.
Well, I fell asleep.
It's because it goes on for maybe hours.
And it was run by State Theatre Company, so...
I like the fact that Calculon gets a second win at life merely because he annoys the fucking robot devil so much. It's very much a Brooklyn Nine-Nine Jake Peralta way of
Approaching life.
I will
or death.
annoy the truth out of them. Love it.
And Death Tally, Calculon.
Oh yes, Calculon, but also from his one-man show, 12 were hospitalized, but 9 were going to be okay. So I think we can add
3 died.
3.
Good.
Yeah,
Calculon
Total
and
death
3.
4.
Total Death 4.
Nice. Good.
yeah. I also liked
More death is always good.
I liked the thing of Calculon. Both of his deaths happening in a performance. Happening
Setting.
during a performance, and I took the liberty to look up some people who died on stage. The most famous one is Molière, who was a French playwright and performer who died. I think he died afterward. Was it immediately afterwards, or it's counted as during? But during his play, The Hypochondriac, he died.
He collapsed on stage in a fit of coughing and hemorrhaging while performing in the last play.
Which is kind of funny.
It would have been TB, right? Probably.
Sorry,
TB?
No.
Guessing TB.
no.
Hey, shit, that's really funny. Molière died in The Hypochondriac.
Yeah,
The play, The Hypochondriac,
yeah,
about a
it
man
is-
faking his death.
it is
Yeah,
very
the-
funny.
The
It's
the
extremely
imaginary
funny.
invalid.
Maybe he did that to himself to
On purpose.
make it more infamous. Because it is
and-
very good.
And there was also an actor who died during Act 2 of Waiting for Godot, which I thought was quite funny as well.
That's very funny, Ellen.
And there's another one.
Wait, who was it?
His name was Gordon Reed.
Yeah, but who did he play?
R.I.P. Oh, I didn't look it up.
Because
Damn
it
it.
would be very funny if it was Lucky or
Yeah,
the other one.
I don't know.
Blotto? That's not right.
Can't remember. And there was also an actor, Matilda Pascali, who this one's not that funny, but
We'll be the judge of that.
wire work went terribly wrong, and they crashed her into a wall.
Yeah, that was not funny.
Yeah, it's
Ellen.
not a great curtain call.
Sorry. Also, Brandon Lee died technically whilst
That's right, he
performing.
got shot.
Hey, wait,
Yeah.
did she break the fourth wall?
Fourth wall broke her.
We've gone and done it. We've made a stupid joke out of a terrible tragedy.
And related it to acting.
Do we
Da, da,
want
da,
to
da.
do Fashion Corner?
There's no looks.
I
We've
just
seen
like
that.
I like the
We've-
garb that they're wearing for the ritual. The red, the
Oh yes, yes,
robes.
but very
It's a look.
traditional kind of
What about the new robot?
new robot.
Trump
Trump bot.
Yeah.
Vaxtron.
Is that meant to be on purpose? That he's got Trump's hair and he is orange.
This guy here.
I don't know, maybe.
And he
name's
also
Vax.
has a kind of a gaping open mouth that you're just like, what kind of stupid
I think
shit's
it's
going to
actually
come
meant
out
to
of there?
be like sexy hair. I think it's meant to be like wavy.
I think he's supposed to be like a
yeah.
Like a Backstreet Boy.
yeah, no, he'd be like a the OC.
Oh, that guy.
Or
yeah,
like,
he couldn't
or like
act, could
boy
he?
bands. Like
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
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 He's meant to be that thing of not acting is good acting.
That's right.
Which kind of shits me.
If this is helpful, Vaxtron is named after the Vax range of 1970s mini computers.
Oh,
Cool.
it doesn't help, but
No.
thank you anyway.
Do you understand that, Chris?
No,
That's great.
but that's cool.
That is
yeah, that was Fashion Corner. Wink.
Wink.
And I think, because this will be interesting, let's head on to the vote and we will do it the way we have done it for the past little while.
Shout it
Which is
out.
to shout it out loud. Remembering, folks, that the current episode is entitled Calculon 2.0 and the current winner is Free Will Hunting, which is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-episode streak.
Will it end right now?
That is curious and curiouser.
Let's find out.
So down from 6 on M. No, so just down from 3 and on 0.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Free will hunting. Oh, it happened again.
It was actually tough for me. This was tougher than most.
I had to think about it.
Yes.
Which
I
I
had
think.
to pause.
Dramatically?
No,
Nah.
just solemnly.
Okay. Solemn. You take this
Solemn can be dramatic.
solemn
very
pause.
seriously.
Yeah, I had to think about this one too because I really did enjoy this episode. I thought it was very funny. It's one of those things where you, it brings out an old character that we all know, but we get to see a really different facet of them. It was nice seeing kind of sad, somber Calculon and seeing that, oh, wait, he actually can do fucking
Shocking.
acting.
He has nuance.
Yeah, what? Like, the character that we thought had no nuance has, like, a little bit. It was just like, oh.
And it's nice
really
to
nice.
it's nice to see the return of like the Fry and Bender friendship. Like I just love when that's a little plot point. It's
less-
a B plot,
It's
but
less friendship and more that they are small children.
we need to
you
preserve
find-
the friendship.
Don't you find it's more like they are, they're
two,
siblings.
brothers or
Yeah.
yeah. I'm surprised you guys. I didn't dig it nearly as much.
I thought you would have.
Is that because you're a director?
Not a big fan. No, like don't get me wrong. Like it's a very good episode, and I think we talk about this all the time. Whenever we don't talk about the episode too much, it usually means it's
we
a
like
really
it.
good
Yeah.
episode because it just means we're in a good mood and we like to just yammer on. But
Yammer.
yeah, I thought this was a very good episode. I just didn't think it was like. Compared to Free Will Hunting, it wasn't any like contending.
Free
there.
Will is toit.
It's
It is
very
a
good
toit
episode. I think the writing's great. I think the animation's wicked. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say anything particularly exciting to me.
Oh, and just by the way, that was Robert Wagner.
Yeah, good on him.
Okay, I had to look up who that was.
Well,
Sorry.
that's
What's he-
Star of
hang
the
on.
silver screen,
that's
Robert Wagner.
part of the joke, right? Is that he's a bit of a B grade player.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
part of the old
Rough.
guard.
Yeah.
Like I cannot think of what he would have been. Although, did he?
He was in the Pink Panther.
Did he kill?
And he was number 2 in Awesome Powers.
And also, did he kill Natalie Wood? Because I did look up and immediately I saw Spouses Natalie Wood. And that's a huge, oh my God, if you don't know about that, that's a huge scandal from like the silver screen. Natalie Wood, Maria from West Side Story, famous actress.
Yeah,
so she
I
was
know
on
her.
a boat and drowned
That's right, you've told-
mysteriously.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
And,
but he
and
denied
no
it.
one,
He denied any involvement.
and no one knows who did it. So it's a big kind of
Did she drown on the boat or off the boat?
off the boat.
It could have been a bath.
Water could have gotten on the boat.
Water could have surrounded by water, Ellen.
Yeah.
There's a chance that water got on the boat and she might have drowned in that
Anyway,
water.
she was drowned, and there's a lot of really, really interesting circumstances around that. I personally think that it was her husband, but who's to
Would
say?
he have done it though?
I mean, oh, that's terrible, Sean. Sean,
I'm on a roll.
That's terrible.
I'm on a roll. Hey guys,
I don't get it.
Natalie Wood.
I get it.
Hey guys,
Ah.
come back next time for
You
the.
keep bringing up murder
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
on a comedy
not to
podcast.
make it.
What do you think's going to happen?
If we can't laugh about it, what's the point?
That's
Exactly.
right.
Next week, come back for Arsey Came Home, which I believe is to do with Bender's arse. But I'm not going to look
Mahoney?
any further on that. But until that time, I have been Sean. Didn't have anything to go with it.
I've been Ellen. Dramatic pause.
I have been Chris. Yeah.
Verily.
There was the
waiver.
no pause, the dramatic pause, and the fake pause.
Nuance.
There was
That's
also
what you
that-
get on Shut Up and Take My Podcast.
There's also that little voice waiver you did.
Yeah, that's right. My
Mwah.
little-
Italian kiss.
Thank you.
And Phil has given Phil's given a weekly pause.
He's good at them.
We're actually bringing Phil 2.0 back next week.
Yeah,
Oh.
we took him out.
we put a new hairstyle on him.
Shot him in the head.
What?
Bye, guys.
You bring up murder.
Murdery, murdery,
Bring up murders
murder.
that have happened, not murders I'm intending to do.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to contact us, you can do so by emailing us at babybeardmedia@gmail.com. Our socials are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram @babybeardmedia. And if you're looking for a way to support us, the best way you can do it is by jumping onto iTunes or the podcast app and giving us a 5-star rating and a nice review. It goes a long way to helping us. Otherwise, if you'd like to join us next week...
Anyway.
Can you feel it? Boo-da-boo.
I
Can you feel it? Boo-da-boo. Can you feel it?
You know, in the 1930s, people exclaimed murder, which meant wow, according to Pulp Cthulhu.
As in, like,
Murder!
murder.
Yeah.
So,
Murder.
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote is about wow.
Wow, she
Wow.
wrote. Oh my God.
Wow.
An 80-year-old woman.
Angela Lansbury.
What's the other one? Midsummer?
Oh, Midsummer Murders.
Midsummer by Ari
Midsummer Night's
Aster.
Dream.
It's always like there shouldn't be a population there anymore.
Midsummer Murders.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
should be dead.
Wait,
in
is it all in
Midsummer.
the one place?
Yeah, that's why it's called Midsummer
crazy.
Murders. It's in the city. It's in the township
I
or
just
the
figured it was
county of
in the
Midsummer.
middle of summer.
No,
It always happens in the middle of
always
summer.
in summer. No,
Right.
it's in the district of Midsummer.
Oh, that's crazy.
They should be dead.
All of them.
Everyone.
How many episodes are there?
There's like 8 or 12 or 200 seasons.
Hey,
Mr.
guys.
Bean only has 8 episodes.
Yeah. And Faulty Towers has like 10.
12, I thought.
I don't think Mr. Bean is like a murder show, though.
Also, she was on Wagner's yacht.
Oh. Oh, and also Moliere died afterwards because he insisted on finishing the performance and then died hours afterwards.
I thought it was that he was feeling unwell and then the curtain closed and then he died.
12 episodes for Faulty Towers.
yeah.
Dude fucking hemorrhaged.
Yeah, like a champ.
Yeah.
If I don't see that sort of dedication from you, Sean, in my fucking theatre piece.
I'll hemorrhage with or without a show. It's fine.
Nice. That's what I'm after.
Hey, guys.
Acting.
She also had bruises on her body, but no indication as to how or when they occurred. When she was found 1 mile away from the boat with a small Valiant brand inflatable dinghy beached nearby.
I'm going to stop here.
Okay.